Hey guys, this is episode 2 of 3 tonight. The topic that I'm going to be discussing is settling in a relationship. What I mean by settling is if you know you deserve more or deserve better and your significant other isn't giving it to you, are you settling to wait to see if they will change? Are you settling to wait to see if things will get better? Are you settling to wait hoping that just because this is the person that you want to be with, it'll work out? There's pros and cons to relationships. There's pros and cons to situations. There's pros and cons to everything in life. If you're not getting what you want, how long are you willing to wait? If you're not getting what you deserve, how long are you willing to wait? Now that's considered settling. If you know that your significant other should be doing better, not sure if they can do better, that's you settling. Because there might be somebody else out there that's willing to give you what you want off the back. But in order to know that or to see that, you would have to change your way you're thinking, your way you're moving. Everybody has a list of things that they want to check off on when they're dating or when they're going into a new situation with somebody. You have things that you look for. You have things that you typically probably wouldn't go through with. You have things that you typically probably wouldn't agree with. Everybody's different. So your mindset is going to be different. Your views are going to be different. Your feelings are going to be different. What you said you won't do or tolerate in your last relationship, you may tolerate in a future relationship. What you say you won't do or will do, vice versa, may be the same in past, present, or future. The only reason why I feel like people settle is because they want to be with the person. The only reason why I feel like people settle is because some people don't know their self-worth. Some people don't value or may see their value and feel like they can get better or do better. We all have had shitty relationships. We all have relationships where you wanted it to work out, but it didn't. And it's not necessarily saying that it's your fault or it's the person's fault. You may just have not been a match with the person. People always say that a relationship is 50-50 throughout the whole relationship. A relationship can be 60-40, 80-20, 50-50. You're never going to give the same amount as each other at the same time. Now, at some point in a relationship, things should balance out. At some point in a relationship, it doesn't matter when you did it or how you did it. As long as you're getting something back in another part in a relationship, it's called balance. Now, you're never going to be 50-50. I'm honestly going to say it on feelings. You're never going to be 50-50 on what you do for the person that you're dating. You're never going to be 50-50 on your views. You're never going to be 50-50 with how you handle things. But there should be a balance. If you're giving more in feelings, then your partner should be giving more in another area. If you're giving more in affection, then your partner should be giving more in another area. If you both should be compromising. And it doesn't have to be compromising at the same time, but at some point you both should be compromising. You both should be doing things out the norm that you wouldn't typically do because you're in a new relationship and you do not know what the future holds for you. So you can't hold your past against you or your partner. Now, if you notice, all of my podcasts ties into the same thing because all of the titles, I guess at some point, twines with one another, but my views are going to be somewhat different or somewhat the same because it's all on relationships. Relationships, what makes things work, and it's for any title that I speak on or any topic I should say, is communication. It is the number one key in friendship, family, relationship, marriage, whatever it is. I tell you, communication solve so many issues before they become major issues, before they become major keys. Why? Because you won't have to settle if you had that key communication. You won't feel like you're giving so much and your significant other is giving if you had communication. I tell you this, we all have our insecurities, we all have our problems. When you date, It's for the person to help you see different things. That's what I feel like a relationship is. The person is supposed to help you build and push you in a positive direction. That's motivating you to be better, to be greater. Whether you end up with them or not, you just know going forward in your relationships, you learn and you don't do the same. You don't move the same. You don't hold back. And you don't treat the person like they did you wrong because your past did. Because that's fucking up your future with them or with somebody else. See, settling is what happens when you feel like, or I guess when somebody batters you down and tells you like you can't do no better or you don't deserve no better. Settling is when you feel like maybe I don't deserve better. In a relationship, I feel like you should be treated like a king and a queen. In a relationship, you should be treated like royalty. In a relationship, you should be given the most up respect. Now, this is going to twine into my last episode for today, which is Black Love. Somebody asked me to speak on it. I'm not going to go in too deep on that topic. It's going to be a short segment because I can only speak fairly on it because I feel like it's a sketchy and touchy topic because I'm not another race other than me being African American. So stay tuned for part 3 of tonight's episodes. And like always, I would love your feedback. I would love some more suggestions on topics to talk about. And enjoy.